Hello, everybody. It's time to Sippin Tea with Lisa D. Come along with me and sip some tea with Lisa D. Come along with me and sip some tea with Lisa D. Come sip some tea. You know that won't be tea on my cup. You already know what's up. So come along with me and sip some tea with Lisa D. Today on Lisa D, we're going to talk about relationships and what's going wrong in Hollywood with this. And I'm proud to have as my guest, Riot the comedian. She's going to come and sip the tea. Come along with me and sip some tea with Lisa D. Hello, everybody. How is everyone? Thank you for coming along with me to sip some tea with Lisa D. Today, I'm having my sipping tea time at my house in my music room. Usually it's at Tolly's, but today I'm doing something a little different. And my guest is Riot the comedian. Yay! Riot the comedian. I am so glad that she's here. But you know,
Hello.
Riot the comedian. Hey, Riot.
Hello. Hey, how are you?
I am great. Thank you for coming to sip some tea with Lisa D.
Thank you for having me.
Brought you in kind of early so you can tell everybody hello and hi, and they can see your beautiful face.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in so we can sit and talk about, what's going on. But tea's going to be way better.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So I thought with all these relationship issues, after you give me 15 minutes of comedy, I'm going to sing a little bit about finding somebody better than you. Because a lot of these women in Hollywood and just in general, and guys, they need something better. Something that don't hit them, slap them, and beat them.
I got it.
So how about you give us 12 to 15 minutes of comedy? Riot the comedian, everybody! Woo!
Again, thank you for having me. I tell, first off, funny or not, still going to keep selling this like dudes and sell CDs who can't rap, okay? You can purchase it on a lot of bases. I am a single mother of two beautiful girls. It's funny because when I was in high school, I hung around nothing but the fellas or the other community. So my mom thought I was gonna be gay, especially when my friends came over. One, she was gay, and the other one was not. Well, I bet she still is gay because once you lick cat, you can't come back from that. But but my mom and uncle had left the house, and my mom had called me, and she was like, "Ryan, is it going to be a LGBTQ 123 in my house?" And I said, "No, ma'am." And then 4 months later, I popped up pregnant and told her, "Sorry, ma, I like to play with balls, not right on balls. This is different." I hate to saying that, oh, you chose your baby daddy. I gotta say, I didn't choose my baby daddy. If anything, he chose me, because if he didn't water his grass, nothing would have grown. Just saying. But yeah, I got two beautiful girls. One is 4 years old. She has no common sense, just like me. She did get that in the DNA, I'm telling you, because she jumped from the highest point of the stairs in my home. And as parents, we tell our kids, don't do this, don't do that for their safety. And just like we did, she didn't listen to me. So she fell and hit the floor and then looks at me. And I look at her and she looks at me like she forgot who she was or who I was, or like I pushed her. I told her, I ain't push you. Now pick up your neck and go upstairs and sleep it off. Because we ain't going to no hospital. Sorry. We don't take them trips between 9 p.m. and 12 a.m. No, we ain't going to no hospital. And then I got a shout out to all my parents and all my peoples who had to do e-learning with your kids. It was not easy. I feel your pain. Because I told my daughter she was going to have to drop out and get her GED. Couldn't do it. Like, I wasn't prepared for this. I didn't go to college for this material. Now we both looking at each other crazy. Then I got a new job. I'm really, really happy about that. Instead of working 33 days out of the month, I only work about 16. So it's cool. God and cut it in half. And I hate to say it, but I feel like I know I lost my job because I was on CP time. And if you don't know what CP time is, the color of my skin and what the time I choose to be on, okay? But a caller had called in the day before I did get fired for being on CP time. I did my usual spiel. I said, hey, may I have your first and last name? And he goes, yeah, my name is John Kennedy. And I said, okay, you must be from Boston or Jersey area because he had the accent. And he goes, yeah, and no relations. So I go, okay, well, Kennedy, is that Kennedy? He goes, yeah, no relations. And I'm still not thinking of it. And I go, what is your first name? John, John? He says, yes, still no relations to John F. Kennedy. And I go, oh, okay, I didn't notice the F wasn't there. He says, yeah, if my grandfather's name was Francis, I would have been John F. Kennedy. I just told y'all my kids got no common sense for me. It's in their DNA. So without thinking, I go, well, at least you dodged the bullet. It was wrong. We laughed about 10 minutes and I apologized for 12. He said, if HR calls, just tell him I took no offense. I told him I ain't going to be here tomorrow. And I wasn't. I wasn't. And so I hope everyone is going to the doctors to get checked. Is very, very important, especially as you get older. I ask that question a lot to my live audience, and I get nothing but silence. So I'm like, okay, we just walking around with STIs and STDs. Okay, that's fine. We're not getting checked. All right. That's why we always got to wrap it up. But I went to the doctors, and he checked me so good. I told him, you owe me a date, doc. Like, wait a minute, I usually get dinner first. Like, hold on. So I gave him my number. We're supposed to be going on a date next week. I don't think it's the date that I'm thinking of. So, but make sure you guys are definitely going to get checked up. And then, like I said, being a parent is not easy. It's not. As a kid, every time we get in trouble, we used to say, hey, I'm not going to do what my parents did. I ain't going to tell my kids what my parents told me and their rules. And then you grow up and find out you say the same things your parents was telling you to your kids. I'm telling you, like my kids be trying me. I told them I'm about to call Adult Protective Services on y'all tomorrow because I'm feeling neglected. I want to be home. But I ain't gonna kill y'all, but I'm gonna buy y'all some Popeyes biscuits with no water, okay? Providing for them ain't easy. Oh man, like I said, I'm telling my kids the same thing my parents told me, like stop eating everything up in the house because once it's gone, it's gone. I feel like I'm feeding a whole linebacker with my 4-year-old and my oldest, she snacks. But between the both of them, I don't know if I'm feeding a football team or a basketball team. My goodness, I can't take it. I'm like, I'm only working certain hours. I remember it got so bad. I used to work at a daycare. I won't do that again. I can't do that. I realize I don't like other people's kids. If you ain't never needed God more, is when you watching other people's kids. I'm telling you. But I ain't gonna hurt them, but I'm just saying sometimes Popeye's biscuits is a little tempting to give them. Just saying, because melatonin ain't working. And then I'm gonna leave on this note. No matter what you go through, smile and laugh. I tell my audience that. Laugh through life, because it's the only way you can really stay out of jail for free. Okay? It's the only way. Like, I laugh when my kids is trying me, just like a black mother does before she's getting tempted, like just smiling and talking through the teeth, like, okay, you keep on trying me. It calms you down. Laugh through whatever you're going through and love yourself. Because a lot of these ladies, y'all getting your bodies done and all of that, and y'all want bigger behinds, and it's like, look, I'm a CNA. You never know what's going to happen. So it's like, not only do you have to worry about wiping your ass, I do too, just in case you come to my facility. That's not what I want, okay? Keep the body that God gave y'all, please. Please, but love yourself, keep on laughing, and thank you so much for having me, Miss Lisa.
Woo! Riot the comedian! Thank you, Riot. You are so funny. But you know what? You mentioned all these women getting the BBLs. I mean, it's like, and then you see them flying back from the Bahamas, because I guess it's like really cheap to do it over there. And they'll have like video and pictures of all these women like not sitting in their seats. They're all bent over on their seats with their butts in the air because they can't sit down because, you know, they just had surgery. It ain't worth it. I think the black baby Jesus that I got all that natural. I am so happy about that one. Thank you, baby Jesus.
I don't want it, because I'm be honest with you. You ever, use the bathroom and miss wipe, and then you going through the day and your behind starts itching more and more. So it's like, I've been there. So if you got more than me, you going crazy in your seat. No, it's too much toilet paper. It's too much money. If toilet paper becomes more than my light bill, I gotta reconsider some things. I got to. It just can't be like
all those ladies that are walking around now with the little Hershey squirts still sticking to them because they don't realize they got more to clean now. See, that's why a big booty girl like me, I got a bidet. Wonderful. I installed it myself. I set the speed of the water and all of that. So, I sat there for like 20 minutes the first time when I put it in, installed it, just to make sure the water was right, for like 20 minutes, I kind of sat there and it was good. It was good. So yeah, I don't invite any little skinny girls to come and use my bidet, because you'll probably go through the ceiling if you use my bidet, because it's power behind it.
Yeah, I don't need a bidet.
Yeah, it's awesome stuff. So, thank you so much for your comedy. And we're going to come back here in a minute, and we're going to sip some tea with Ryan. But, I'm looking at all this stuff happening in Hollywood. All these people in love and not in love anymore, Kardashians. And all I can think is, find somebody better. I'm tired of crying tears over you. I'm tired of wondering, what did I do? I'm gonna find me somebody better than you. I'm gonna find me somebody, so much better for me than you. I'm gonna find me somebody prettier than you. I'm gonna find me somebody richer than you. gonna find me somebody who can do me like you could never do. I'm gonna find me somebody whose heart will be forever true. I'm gonna find me somebody, somebody better than you. I'm gonna find me somebody, somebody prettier than you. I'm gonna find me somebody, somebody richer than you. I'm gonna find me somebody, somebody better than you. I'm gonna find me somebody, so much better for me than you. I'll find somebody better than you. Yeah, Hollywood. You know, they say money will make you happy, but I don't think money is all it takes to make a person happy. You know, if it was true, then all those rich folks in Hollywood would be so happy and not have all the issues they have. And what's been getting my attention here lately is all the abuse that some of these stars are saying. Johnny Depp, defamation, the court thing he's going through with his wife, and she severed his finger. That is some serious stuff, Miss Heard, to do to Johnny Depp. And Johnny Depp is so cute. Thank God she didn't cut the face. I'm just glad she didn't cut the face because that's his moneymaker. You know, I've been in love with Johnny Depp for a while. So, you know, you can cut his finger. I'm so glad it was his finger, not his face, because he's got a beautiful face. Thank you for not messing up that. And, you know, some of the things I want to talk about and sip some tea with Miss Riot. Riot the comedian! You want to come on down and sip some tea with Lisa D?
I sure do. Make sure it's piping hot.
Oh, yes, girl. Let me tell you, I made my own concoction today. I call this a Bleeding Heart Tea by Lisa D. What's in it is it's got a quarter cup of vodka. It's got a half cup of pomegranate juice. It's got a quarter cup of lemon juice. It's got a half cup of soda. And I put it on ice. And it is deliciousness. Deliciousness. You serve it cold. And yeah, Bleeding Heart Tea. It's the color of blood. Tea.
Well, I'm just sipping some Pepsi. That's it.
Yeah, you got a whole lot of stuff in there. But this is so good because it's got, even though it doesn't have any grape in it, it's kind of got like a little grape taste to it. It's really good. And this is like something that, you know, I'll probably be drinking when I'm outside on the patio in the summertime because it's really, really good and refreshing. And it's got the pomegranate, which is really good. But, girl.
Well, pomegranate is good for you.
Let's bring up some of these hot topics here. These hot topics that I've been looking into here. You know, Rob Kardashian says that his relationship with Blac Chyna started when he was going through the worst part of his life. He didn't even love her when they got engaged. Isn't that awful? Isn't that awful? And he's also claiming that Blac Chyna is abusing him, beating him up. The family saying, yeah, we've seen it, girl. We've seen it. We've seen her beating him up. And I'm like, really, Rob, really? Because he's like, I only got engaged. I didn't love her when I got engaged to her. I had a gun against my head, according to TMZ. I had a gun against my head. You know, we had the baby. What do you think of that?
Situations like that goes on in and out of Hollywood. People, they have a baby, they feel like they have to be together or anything like that, and or forced to do it. And abuse goes both ways. It comes from males and females. And I don't know them personally, but I guess from the shows and stuff, I wouldn't take his sister's words for it. That's just my own personal opinion. We ain't gonna get into that. But as far as his statements, just like with other celebrities or people, especially when it comes to men, it's hard for their side to be believed because it's coming from a woman and your size and come on now. But it can happen. And he ain't her only baby daddy. So
That's true.
so
He's the only one.
come on now.
He ain't the only one. But of course, the Kardashians are all sticking together and saying, yeah, she was beating him up. She was bad for Rob. But remember, Rob was really, really flabby and out of shape and wasn't leaving the house. And Black China, I mean, she's a star. She hooked up with him and had a baby with him. If he probably wasn't a Kardashian, I really doubt Black China would have just done that with anyone in his situation, But
It depends on the person. It depends on the person. People, when you get out of a relationship, and I've been there, when you get out of a relationship, is you can connect to the next person that gets your mind off of what you were already going through. And the thing is, with Rob and what his problem was, which a lot of people have, even me, when I was going through it, is not giving ourselves that time to cope with that trauma before moving on to someone else. So he probably seen the red flags, as most of us do, but kept going over it. I mean, and they're going to stick together no matter what. It's their family, so they're going to stick together. I'm just saying, like, it's more to it, because like it's not more so of, hey, what was the reason you hit him? It's like, why, if you aren't hitting them? I never understood that. But he was in a down part, and weight does have a lot to do with your insecurities and dating people.
Oh, he was very insecure on the show. I mean, extremely insecure and sad and depressed. He ought to be happy that he got that Black China goodie, Because I used to think, okay, the Kardashian girls were bad for Black men, but now I'm thinking, dang, even the guys are bad for Black women. Because she's mad because she lost $1 million, over $1 million on their show, the Rob and China show, Black China show. So that's why. So she's suing because of that. So it's like, wow, that's something. And and for him to say, I just got engaged because, I had a gun to my head, that's crazy. And, the family, she says, was sabotaging the Robin China show. So Kardashian good and Kardashian ding ding is no good either. It'll destroy you. Will destroy you, And the other issue that I was reading about, Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion had a moment 2 years ago in an interview with CBS Morning News. She claims that Tory Lanez shot her 2 years ago. 2 years ago. She says that, he told her, dance B, and then shot her in the feet, not foot, feet. So that means that he shot her more than once to get both feet. Because, you would say he shot me in my foot. No, feet. And then he told her that he would give her $1 million, $1 million not to call the police and report it.
Well, that situation, I'm sorry, it just reminds me of Harlem Nights. It really does. And it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at her getting shot. It's just awkward. A future Harlem Nights come to pass. But it's a crazy situation. Like if you shooting people to dance, like what's going on? Like you could have just gave her the money first. If anything, it looked like she'll go for the million, not the bullet.
And it's like 2 years she held on to that. 2 years. It's like, really? Really? You let somebody shoot you. And then she said she didn't call the police because of fear, because she didn't want both of them to die. And that's bad when you're so scared of the police, somebody shoots you in your feet, not just your foot, your feet. You say, oh no, I ain't calling them because I might end up dead. That is just crazy scary, you know? That's the world that people of our color persuasion live in. We're too scared to even go to the police when we need them, you know, because we're worried we're going to die. So,
yeah.
But relationships is something else. Something else. And relationships, you were recently on the dating show. So how was that for you?
That was a pretty cool experience. I've dated many different ways, but not on a game show. So that was pretty new for me. It was cool. It was cool. I had fun.
So do you still talk to David?
From time to another time.
Okay, everybody, just in case you don't know, Ryan is also one of the divas of comedy with me, House Divas of Comedy. We do that show together, and she did the singles match game show, which I'm a co-host. I'm a co-cupid on that show, and that show, it was fun to do with you two. You guys were very fun. And Brenda Brown also, she's a host and cupid, and we're trying to find love for people. I'm still talking to Bob. I met Bob Reindridge on the show because I was like one of the first people, and I met Bob, and we still talk. This is our last show, and it was great. It was great. Stefan was crazy, and he ended up meeting a very, very wonderful girl. And that show is on Sauce in the City on Sundays. You can watch it. It comes on at 6 post standard time, and then it comes on Eastern Standard Time. It comes on at 9, and you can see me because I have a great time. I have a great time being the Cupid. I'm always doing something. I already got all these little sounds and stuff. So yeah, the show's really fun for me to do. So, House Divas, how do you like being a House Diva of Comedy?
Oh, I love this. You got to be a diva in comedy. You got to be a diva every day. You got to wake up and put on your diva face and get to going. Like you're the baddest. Well, I'll say it. Baddest bitch. There you go. Yes. You gotta wake up like you are just like unstoppable, the queen diva in your world. I love being a house diva, especially with comedy and getting to connect with so many different people that makes you laugh throughout the day, and just the love and vibe of it. I love it.
And the thing that people don't realize, like if anybody in the House Divas is going through anything, if we pick up on it on Facebook, we do like a call. It's like, call. We call out, and we'll all get online, and we'll all get on the phone, and we'll rush to that diva. You know, our House Diva. It's a sisterhood with us, and we do look out for each other. We support each other. You know, and I love that. I mean, we've had some crazy things happen, shootings outside a couple of their houses, and you know, we were on it. Brenda getting pulled over by the popo. Yeah, Brenda Brown.
Yeah.
We were there for her. So yeah. So it's good to be a House Diva comedy because we are the best comedians, female comedians out there. We're out there pounding the pavement every day, doing our comedy, and we support each other, and we gather together and have a good time. And I do like that about the House Divas of Comedy.
Yeah, because definitely need support, and that is one group that I'm happy to be a part of.
Yeah.
I just got to get out my shell more, but I know that support is there, and that's what I love the most. Like you guys, and I just love you guys. Like.
And we love you, Ryan. We love you. So I have got questions for you.
Ooh, you want
Yeah.
some tea on me? You
Yeah.
want some tea on me?
All
Oh,
right.
okay.
So I've got a question for you. First question. Who is your comedic inspiration?
Oh man, and I've really been thinking about this all day because I have a list of inspirations. But one of, and I gotta go with the female comic. One of my most inspiration is female comic Simone. Ever since I watched Queens of Comedy, I'm telling you, and her joke about the hula hoop when I wasn't supposed to be watching it.
Swish, swish,
Yes,
yeah. Yeah.
memorable moment. Yes, that is my top inspiration.
Yeah.
Besides all the other greats as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to say Simone is up there because I like her because she's sexy, she's funny,
Yeah.
the female, and she's killing it. And yeah, that hula hoop taught her a lot. She said, swish, 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 swish. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's up there on mine. It's not easy being a female comedian, and she's made it. She's fantastic, and she's
And
gorgeous.
still,
She's talented,
man, and still doing it.
and still doing it, killing it. Okay, next question. How long have you been doing comedy?
I have been doing comedy a month over a year now.
You're a newbie, but you're killing it though. You are killing it. So,
Trying to,
next question. What do you think made you so good at being funny? What do you think happened? What happened? What made Riot such a riot?
God not putting all the marbles in my head. Um, I don't know. I don't know what made me so funny. Is life life actually did. Like just going through life and having such a lot of down moments and being able to find the funny out of it. I'm not the one that can be in a hostile or a tense situation because I call it laughing to Rex. I will bust out laughing. I don't I don't know what it is, but it's life and God not giving me the full common sense that I was supposed to get. He just like sprinkled it like Salt Bay. And he was like, there you go. So you're funny now. Go ahead.
I think what made me get into comedy, be so funny, is growing up being like the only black kid at my school, and trying to, because whenever I beat up the kids, I'd get in trouble. When I beat them up, when they would call me names, my recess would go away, and it's like I like recess. So then I finally figured out, okay, so when you guys taunt me, I'm just going to taunt you right back, but I'm going to be funny, and
Yeah.
that is probably what made me so funny because I ended up being like the class clown when I graduated. I was voted class clown because I was always doing just funny stuff, just off the top of my head. I never got in trouble though, except for one time I did end up getting in trouble because of a water gun, and it's because somebody planted it on me. I didn't even get to squirt it. And that was not.
Yeah, set up in elementary.
I was set up. Okay, next question. Do you feel there are issues being a woman in comedy? Why or why not?
Yeah, there are issues being a woman in comedy. I'm just now brushing the surface of what some of those issues are. So the more I grow, the more I even know even more of issues. But so far, it's besides the top notch one is being a woman, and then being a woman in a game that is predominantly males, and also being looked at, well, a woman, sometimes can be that funny, or just getting certain shows because it's full of males. They want to work with males more, which I get, but being a woman, some of our opportunities are limited. I'll say that you have to create a lot of your own path, which is, it's changing. I know a lot of comics who's definitely changing the game of working with female comedians, but it is a little struggle because you gotta stay up to a certain meter. Like you can't dress too provocative because it's like you slinging jokes or slinging cooch. So
It shouldn't be that way. I should be able to get up on the stage, dress any way I want to, and be taken as a comedian, not as a sex object. If a guy goes up there, and he's dressed, in short pants and everything, in a tight shirt, he don't have to worry about it. He just gets off the stage and everybody laughs. But if a girl goes up there, they expect you to do a striptease.
yeah,
So
striptease and make you laugh.
yeah, yeah. So it is a different thing because there is a perception that females can't be funny, but I hate to tell people females are very funny, and we are very funny. You guys just and go see comedians like Riot the comedian, and you'll change your mind. And that's the other good thing about the House Divas. It gives us female comedians someplace to go and show everybody, yeah, we are funny. We are funny and we're killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
What what's your next question? What was your most memorable gig?
My most memorable gig. It's really two of them. One is a whole story of being on a show with my biological father, and getting on here with the comic. Yeah, it's.
Well, you can graze over that one. You got to go back. You got to go back on that one.
Like that is the most memorable gig I've gotten. Like not even just or being performing at, because my biological father is a comedian, I guess, in this world or state as well. And a lot of people knew. Well, some people knew, some people didn't know. But our history is not good. So he performed before me, and he was talking about this other kid and stuff, and it's like, nigga, I'm with y'all sitting right here, like. But he did his performance, and he had did a joke about live bumps, and his son, which is, I guess is my brother, but he did a joke about that. And so when I went up, I just was like, well, you should have a Nestle Crunch bar tongue for all the years you lied to me for 30 years. And it was supposed to be a comic on comic. Like in this gaming profession, you have to be able to laugh, especially when another comic comes after you.
Yeah, you don't slap them. You don't slap them. You just, yeah.
Exactly. So I thought it was one of those, and being funny and me, no common sense. It was the best revenge ever too. I'm just saying, not even revenge because I didn't win it. God just brought it in my lap and I ran with it. Look, I might not get into the gates, but it was worth it. Okay. But he flipped out, and it was like the most. If you was a comic and you was in there, it was really like one of the most memorable shows of me being brand new and stepping into comedy. And like I said, with really the past history, and some people knew this is my father, some people didn't know. So when it did come out, everybody was like, "Oh man, she got her own daddy," and it was hilarious. But it was one of the most memorable nights, and that's when I was started off months into my journey. It was that one, and then a better note was performing with Dwayne Cobb on his shows at Memories Bar and Grill. It was the first show where I had like over 100 people to entertain.
Oh, that felt good. I bet that felt great.
You said what?
I bet that felt great.
That was, I was on a high for like 24 hours. Like I couldn't stop smiling and laughing, and just being proud of being a part of it, able to accomplish it. Because comedy is not easy. Like I said, it's not easy as a woman to get up there and make jokes, and especially if it's sexual jokes and you gotta say it the right way. But that night was like, it felt like a movie, like the beginning of a movie for me. And I'll never forget it. He had like all women there. It was 7 women comics, and everyone killed it. And it was like the best feeling, kind of like it's just like House Divas, being around powerful women who's doing really, really big things. So that's another memorable gig.
Yeah. And like we have mentioned before, House Divas Comedy is on Sauce in the City. You can watch it on Roku, Apple Watch. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Facebook Live. You can access Sauce in the City at UBSN TV on your Roku, and you just slide on over to Sauce in the City, and that's where you'll find us. Matter of fact, this show probably right now is playing right now on Roku under Sauce in the City. So if you want to watch, you can join us for all our great shows we have. We have so many great shows on Sauce in the City. Okay, my next question for you. Riot, what is your dream gig? What is the gig that you're like, oh my gosh, if I could just get this, I know I've made it?
My dream gig, of course, is have my own special. That is my dream gig, is to get a call one day and, hey, we want you to do a special. And also, if I ever got booked with Dave Chappelle, like, he might be out the game by time, but Dave Chappelle, DC Young Fly, especially DC Young Fly, oh my gosh, that is definitely my first dream gig, is to do a show with him, or 85 South show. Like, that is my top comic right now. If I get that gig, I made it. I don't care if I made it 2 miles down the street. I made it. I don't care. I'll never live it down. Yeah. I performed DC Young Fly. I'm happy.
David Chappelle, even though, cancel culture tried to get him, he's still a great comedian. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. He's one of my favorites.
Okay. Yeah, he's the best that ever did it, or doing it.
Yeah. He kind of reminds me of what's the guy that caught on fire?
Oh, in real life or in a movie?
In real life. One more time?
You said Richard Pryor?
Richard Pryor, yes. He puts me in mind of Richard Pryor with his comedy. He's so, just out there with it. Yes.
Richard Pryor without the burnt skin.
Without the burnt. Yeah.
Well, he's darker, so he got burnt a little bit.
Yeah. By nature, not by the coke. So, I got a question about your comedy. What's your preference? Do you prefer to do clean comedy or dirty comedy?
I prefer to do clean comedy, actually. I like doing dirty comedy, but I cuss like on a day-to-day basis a lot. So, but if I have to be on stage, I definitely prefer like clean comedy. As you've seen earlier, was limited of cussing. And I only say that is because with derogatory comedy, you have to match those jokes right and correctly, because we don't want to just hear you just saying a whole bunch of cuss words.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just be saying a whole bunch of cuss words, because if that used to be like my fail-safe. If I'm like doing the show, I'm cussing off top, like, because I didn't know what else to say, or I'm nervous, or just the silence, like, oh yeah. So I prefer to really do clean comedy. It's a different lane, and it can go to any audience. So yeah. I would definitely say clean comedy.
And shout out to Crackers Comedy Club in Indianapolis. But when I performed there, I was so nervous because there's one word you cannot say at Crackers, and that is fuck. And that is one of my favorite words to say. And I was so scared, because if you say that word, your mic is cut and your light just goes out. You're just, it's dark on the stage and you're done, no matter where you're at. So yeah. So you can't, and that's the only word you can't say is that one. And it was a struggle, but I made it through it. Crackers, I'm going to be coming to see you guys soon. Coming back to you guys.
I need to perform there. I have not touched the Crackers stage. And a lot of people ask me, why haven't you been to Crackers? And I just like, well, listen to the name.
Facebook dinged me because I was writing, because when I go to a venue, I always say the venue name. So if I'm at Tolly's, I'm like, hello Tolly's. If I'm at the Verb, hello Verb. And then I was like, when I go to Crackers, I say hello Crackers. Does that make me racist? And Facebook dinged me for that. It's like, it's the name of the venue. It's the name of the venue. Yeah. So, do you have any upcoming shows or events that you would like to tell us about?
My next upcoming show for the end of this month is at Club Shapiro. If you're in Indianapolis area, definitely come check it out. It's off of 30th and Sherman.
Club Shapiro. Yes, I did Valentine's Day there. It was so fun.
Yes, with Nadine, Schizo, Crino Summers, Troy, Boatwright, and I pray to God I'm not missing anybody because Georgia to my heart, not my mind. And D-Lee, he will also be there as well. So that is one of my next shows, and then I got upcoming shows in May doing clean comedy. And also dirty comedy as well, and then traveling soon. So yeah, a lot of upcoming things.
Yay.
As well. Oh, and then participating in the Helium Indies Funniest Comic.
Woo! Yes, girl. I hope you win that. I hope you take it.
I do too. I need that to
win. Oh, that'd be so awesome.
I'm working.
How can my viewers find you? If they want to book you, how can they find you?
If you want to book me, you can find me on any corner with the little leg showing. No. If you want to book me, you can inbox me on Facebook at Riot Comedian. Name might change soon. Think about it, but still, you can find me at Riot Comedian on Facebook, Instagram. You can find me at It's About to Be a _Riot. TikTok, same. It's About to Be a Riot as well. I think that's always. Oh, yeah, because I got off of Twitter. Yep, that's only social media. Or you can find me at any food place that's giving out samples.
There will Riot be. So you spend a whole lot of time at Sam's, I guess. Sam's
Club. Best samples.
Okay, we're going to play a little game, Riot.
Ooh, okay.
You ready to play a game? Okay, this game is called Promote Your Talent. Woo! I want you to take 60 seconds, a whole minute, to sell your talent. Sell yourself, Riot. Sell it, girl.
Well, if I have to sell myself, it's $200 an hour. No, just playing. But no, if you want to see, I really sound like I'm selling myself because I'm about to say, if you want to purchase, buy these jokes, definitely inbox me. I need the money. These jokes is time consuming. They're well written. I'm telling you, you'll get a lot of out of this comic if you just purchase it right now. You can get it for almost not free. But if you're looking for a reasonable comic to make you, your family, your friends, loved one laugh from the beginning stage of being born, yes, I make babies laugh all the way to the last breath. Just don't invite me to it because I ain't trying to see that. But I'm telling you, these jokes It's selling like hot smoke. And I'm telling you, it's the best smoke you'll get and the best high. And I'm not talking about crack cocaine. I'm talking about comedy, okay? The other C. All right. So definitely come and purchase it. And I appreciate it.
Time! Riot the comedian. Well, I want to buy a Riot the comedian. I want to purchase that. Jeez, that was fantastic. Okay, we got about 10 minutes left. So, would you like to shout out to anyone? Give your shout outs.
Yes. I would like to shout out, of course, God first. Of course, my mom for having me. Because letting somebody water her grass to let something grow. Appreciate it. I like to thank all the comedians, the around Indiana, Ohio, other states that I've been in as well for the platforms that you've had me on. Starting out from the beginning of supporting me and supporting me now. I can't name everyone, but if I gotta name a few, of course, it'll be Aisha Brown, Dwayne Cobb, Nathan
I know
Smith.
Aisha.
Yep, Robert Sweating Hands, Donald for Show, Nadine Patterson, who else? Even in Ohio, Maria she's Italian, I'll say that. Anthony New Wave, like it's a lot of comments that I would love to even keep naming, but I want to shout you guys out for being there for me in any type of way, being one of the comedians, and my kids. Because without them,
the babies.
Yeah.
How old are your babies? How old are your babies? Because you got a little one.
Yes. She's been through here. You've been seeing me get the side eye and stuff. She's 4. She's 4, going on 12. I think. I don't know. I don't know. She's a little wild cracker. She's my little cancer. And then I have a 12-year-old, and she'll be 13 in September. That's my attitudinal Virgo. Man, but gotta shout out to my babies as well, because they've made me who I am. And without them, I wouldn't be looking for a teenage babysitter. Again, just shout out my family and my friends that support me. And God for giving me this talent and not giving me the common sense fully. Just the common.
Well, thank you very much, Riot, for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm gonna be your next dancer. I'll be your next dancer.
Live each day. Not tomorrow, may not come. Live each day like tomorrow may not come. Tomorrow will be there. We'll be there for everyone. So you gotta live each day. Like tomorrow may not come. Live each day. Like tomorrow may not come. Tomorrow I promise to anyone. So you gotta live and change. Like tomorrow may not come. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for Sippin Tea with Lisa D. Thank you. Phoenix. Thank you, Salt City. Thank you, USBN. Thank you, Brenda Brown. And thank you guys for viewing. You just took some tea with me. Thank you for some tea with me. Lisa D. And thank you, Tallies, for letting me use you guys as my stage. I'll be back soon. You just took some tea with me. Thank you for sipping tea with me. Lisa D. Join me every Thursday on Roku, Facebook, for Sippin Tea with me, Lisa D.